Top 10 Manhwa or Manhua, where MC starts off weak but works hard to become strong. Welcome to our list of the top 10 Manhwa or Manhua, where the main character starts off weak but works hard to become strong. This story features characters who begin their journey at a disadvantage, but through determination and hard work, they overcome their obstacles and become powerful. Whether it's through training, learning new skills, or unlocking hidden abilities, these characters will inspire you with their grit and determination. Get ready to be taken on a journey of self-discovery and growth as we count down the top 10 Manhwa or Manhua, where the main character starts off weak but works hard to become strong. Starting off with our number 10, Getback. This gripping tale follows the story of two girls whose lives were forever changed by a tragic accident that occurred 7 years ago at an orphanage. In a world talent and ability are everything, what will be their destiny? This manhwa is a perfect blend of art and violence, making it a must-read fans of the genre. The story is incredibly engaging, with well-developed characters and a plot that keeps you on the edge of your seat. The art is absolutely gorgeous and adds to the overall dark and moody tone of the story. The main character is a bit moody at times, but it perfectly fits the theme of the manhwa. The story is on the darker side, so it's not for the faint of heart. But if you can handle a well-written, dark and intense story, then this is the manhwa for you. Number 9. Helmut, the Forsaken Child. This manhwa follows the story of Helmut, a child abandoned in the demonic-based forest at birth due to the demonic seed inside him. Raised by the demonic beast, his fate changed when he met the sword sent Darien, and this chance encounter will shake the foundation of his fate. Helmut needs to grow stronger if he wants to leave the demonic forest. He possesses overwhelming swordsmanship, outstanding looks, and sharp intelligence, but there was one thing he lacked: humanity. The story is unique and original, and the execution of the plot is perfect. The world building is really well done, and it adds to the overall immersion of the story. The main character goes through a lot of character development, and he also has a likable personality. The side characters are also written very well, and they are quite memorable. The art of the story is also top tier, and it becomes even better during fighting scenes. Overall, this is a must-try for every fantasy genre fan. With a unique story and well-developed characters, Helmut, the Forsaken Child is a manhwa fantasy that will keep you hooked from the start to finish. Number 8. Heavenly Master. This manhwa takes place in a world where everyone dreams of leaving the barren land and going to the affluent sky. 500 years ago, the sky collapsed and split into 9 stratum clouds, and survival begins. The story follows Jake, a young man who hates with the idea of ascending to heaven to change his fate and become the master of the world. The day when the gate of heaven that leads to the 9 stratums finally opens, Jake obtains the special bird, Soul Bird, that opens the long-awaited sky path, and his adventure begins. This manhwa is a perfect blend of fantasy, action, and adventure that will keep you hooked from start to finish. The story is unique and original, with well-developed characters and a plot that keeps you on the edge of your seat. The world building is also well done, and it adds to overall immersion of the story. The main character Jake goes through a lot of character development, and he also has a likable personality. The side characters are also written very well, and they are quite memorable. The art of this manhwa is a top tier, and it becomes even better during fighting scenes. Overall, it is a must-try for every fantasy genre fan, with a unique story, well-developed characters, and an exciting plot. Number 7. Monochrome Kamatsuki. This action-packed story follows the journey of Yagura, a retired vigilante who gets trapped in a survival game that is far more than what it seems. Yagura must train a new group of heroes to protect his city and faces the question of whether it really pays to be a hero. One of the most unique things about this webtoon is the personalities of the character. Each character is distinct and has their own charm, making them stand out from the typical NPC. The main character Yagura is a die-hard otaku, and this adds a unique dynamic to the story. The art of the webtoon is also noteworthy. It is pretty good and shines the most during fighting scenes. The main character is smart and tries his best to handle the situation at hand. However, this is a tragedy-heavy webtoon, and it is not meant for people with faint hearts. If you are looking for a webtoon with a unique story and well-developed characters, then Monochrome is definitely worth checking out. Number 6. Lag. This action-packed story follows the journey of a main character who gets betrayed by his fellow survivors after defeating a boss. But this is not the first time he has been killed. It turns out that whenever the main character gets killed, he gets reincarnated to the starting point with his ruthless game called lag. This manhwa is a real hidden gem and it needs more attention. The story is on the darker side of things and the pacing of the plot is perfect. The art is decent, but there is a lot of gore in it, which perfectly fits the theme of this manhwa. The main character has a lot of knowledge about future events, so he is almost overpowered. But things keep changing, which even puts our main character in a panic sometimes. He can also be a bit ruthless in some cases. The side characters are written very well and feels more like real humans trying to survive the different floors of lag. However, don't get too attached to the side characters, especially the females, as they keep dropping like flies. There are many mistakes in the translation here and there, but you will not even notice if you don't pay too much attention to it. This manhwa is really dark and it is not recommended for people with faint hearts. If you are looking for a manhwa with a unique story, well-developed characters, and a lot of action, then Lag is definitely worth checking out. Moving on to our number 5, Guard Pass. This manhwa is a blend of action, revenge, and self-discovery. The story starts off slow, but as the plot progresses, it becomes more intense. The main character, Lim Se-jun, is relatable and likable, and his friendship with Seo Ha-jin is heartwarming. The manhwa does a great job of showing how important is it to protect oneself and one loved ones. The art is decent and the fight scenes are well choreographed. The story takes a dark turn when Seo Ha-jin is found severely beaten and suffers from a badly injured knee and more serious psychological trauma. Se-jun's determination to find the culprit and seek justice is admirable, but it also shows the darker side of revenge. The manhwa also touches on themes of self-improvement and self-discovery as Se-jun learns jiu-jitsu and loses weight. The manhwa also has a deeper plot where a veiled group is involved and Se-jun wants to destroy it. This adds a layer of mystery and intrigue to the story. The manhwa is a must-read for fans of actions, revenge, and self-discovery, and it is a thrilling and emotional journey that will keep you hooked from start to finish. Number 4. Reaper of the Drifting Moon. This manhwa follows the story of a main character who is kidnapped by an unknown person and placed in an isolated room where he is given food scraps and forced to eat moss growing on the walls to survive. After some time, he is allowed to get outside his room and he finds out that there are many others placed in a similar situation as him. The kidnappers want to make them into ruthless assassins that can be discarded anytime after they have fulfilled their usefulness. The story of this manhwa is not new, but the execution of the story is the best. The main character is smart and ruthless at the same time, and he makes his decision after thinking things through, and this adds to the tension of the story. The side characters are also written well, and the art is good and fight scenes pack a punch. The world building is also top-notch, and the tension between different sects in the Murim world is intense. Overall, this is a must-try for every Murim fan with a well-executed story, well-developed characters, and intense fighting scenes. Number 3. Martial Streamer. This unique and entertaining story follows the journey of Taemin, a student who was taking a gap year when he ended up electrocuting himself while trying to become a YouTuber. However, he finds himself reincarnated as Zhao Ga-hui in a world of martial arts with the added ability to livestream. With the special ability to access YouTube when he closes his eyes, Taemin starts streaming his daily life in ancient China, with the goal of becoming the ultimate merchant and martial artist. The story is unique and original, mixing elements of ancient China with modern-day technology. The main character is relatable and likable, and his journey to become a successful merchant and martial artist is both entertaining and inspiring. The art of the manhwa is good, and the fight scenes are well choreographed. The world building is also well done, and the addition of live streaming adds a new and interesting dynamic to the story. Overall, this is a must-read for fans of fantasy, action, and comedy. Martial Streamer offers a unique and entertaining story that will keep you hooked from start to finish. Number 2. Level Train. This action-packed story takes a place in a world where dangerous monsters dominate and adventurers risk their life to suppress them. The level of an individual is a symbol of absolute power, where those with high levels earn fame and fortune, while those without are commonly looked down upon and exploited. The main character, Arka, has a skill that prohibits him from gaining experience points, which makes his level never goes up and is labeled as a Ramaging Corpse, the lowest possible social class. But Arka obtains Apis armor, also known as the Armor of Disaster, which has ability to absorb the level of anyone he fell. Using this newfound skill, Arka increases his skills and reputation as an adventurer who drains away the level of anyone, human or monster. This manhwa has a unique and original story with well-developed characters and a plot that keeps you on the edge of your seat. The art is also noteworthy, especially during fighting scenes. The main character Arka goes through a lot of character development and his journey from a scorned low-class level 1 weakling who had everything stolen from him to being the Dark Knight, the strongest man in the world, is both thrilling and inspiring. This is a must-read for fans of fantasy, action, and adventure. And finally, number 1. The Player That Can't Level Up. The Player That Can Level Up is a manhwa that follows the journey of the main character Kim Kyu-gyu, who after receiving an invitation to become a player struggles to get past level 1. Despite his struggles, he never gave up, and after 5 years of working as a guide on the lower floors of tower, he finally discovers his unique ability to link with egos and raise his stats. This manhwa has a classic solo leveling-like plot, but the way the story progresses is unique and original. The main character's journey of defying expectations and showing the world that rank isn't everything is both inspiring and thrilling. The art is also noteworthy and perfectly fits with the plot. The story is off to a good start and it is worth checking out if you are a fan of fantasy, action, and adventure manhwa. Well, these stories are not only entertaining but also inspiring as they show the main character's journey from being weak to becoming strong. Each manhwa has its unique plot, well-developed characters, and stunning art. Whether it's a story of a young man who gets reincarnated in a world of martial arts or an adventure in an unexplored gate, these manhwas will keep you hooked from start to finish. We hope you enjoyed our list and found a new manhwa to add to your reading list. Happy reading!